My name's Lukey, reporting for EPWPerth.com. We're at ringside. Blaze of Glory was the show. A huge night for EPW. We had three big tag teams represented in our first matchup. A three-way dance. FN Carnage, Johnny Wimbledon, and Ferguson Block. One half of the tag team champions, of course, Ferguson Block. They were going head-to-head in preparation for the four-way tables elimination match happening at Reawakening 6. Now this match was just fast and furious. These guys flew at each other with everything they've got. And the strangest part is, after a lot of interference, let me stress that, a lot of interference, Johnny Wimbledon ended up pinning FN Carnage. Second matchup of the evening. Now this was supposed to be Richter taking on Chris Weiss, but Chris Weiss came out in a pair of crutches. He said he wasn't fit to wrestle. He brought out what he deemed to be a suitable replacement in Mana. These men really went at it full throttle. A very evenly paced matchup, and it looked like Richter was just about to get the upper hand. He hit a huge slam on Mana. I didn't think it could happen, but Richter managed to do it. But then out of nowhere, Chris Weiss comes in the ring, attacks Richter, and winds up popping a double underarm hook pile driver from Mana. Brett Corvus came out and said he wasn't happy with this, and there was going to be a three-way match at Reawakening 6 between Richter, Mana, and Chris Weiss. That's going to be a huge matchup. Third match of the evening was the Spike Steel Challenge. We saw Spike Steel, and stepping up to his challenge, Devlin Reeves. These two men went at it hardcore. There was no rope breaks, there was no count out. However, there was disqualification. This came into play when Spike Steel handcuffed Devlin Reeves in the middle of the ring and then struck his face with a street sign. Devlin Reeves not happy with this at all. He demanded Spike Steel meet him at Reawakening 6 and take on the Devlin Reeves House of Pain Challenge, where basically weapons are legal and blood will flow. Then in action, James Street took on AZ Vergara. James Street had an undefeated streak so far in 2007. Vergara, under the new tutelage of Bobby Marshall, was able to pull off a big victory. He has his sights set on Damian Slater for Reawakening, and let's just say now Bobby Marshall is coaching him. I think he's got a shot. Then came what some might call the biggest match of the evening, as Dan Moore stepped in one-on-one with Jamie Dura in a loser leaves EPW match. That's right. The loser would never be seen in Explosive Pro Wrestling again. It was master versus student. Jamie Dura had trained up Dan Moore. He taught him everything he knows. So many times, Dan Moore dripping with blood. Jamie Dura punishing him. Looks like he may have taught him a little too much. Out of nowhere, Dan Moore rolls up Jamie Dura and scores one of the biggest upsets in the history of wrestling. Dan Moore sent Jamie Dura packing and had his hand raised in victory. After that huge upset, it was time for the forefathers to collide as David Storm went one-on-one with Nate Dooley. Jimmy Payne comes down to ringside. Which side was Jimmy Payne going to go on? It looks like he was in David Storm's corner. Dooley rolls him up, scores the 3 count, and Jimmy Payne devastates Davis Storm. He beats the living hell out of him and says, Reawakening 6, we're going to do it one more time, Davis Storm and Jimmy Payne. Then came our main event, which was supposed to be the new EPW champion Shane Hayes in a 3-way match with the #1 contender Bobby Marshall and the former champion Jimmy Payne. However, after quite a bit of interference, EPW Board of Directors member Brett Corvus decided it would be a 6-man tag.
6-man tag match! And Spike.
This match was out of control. The referee was struggling to keep it in line. These men were beating the hell out of each other. We saw Eye of the Storm, gauze, we saw everything thrown at each other, but eventually it was a huge frog splash from the champion, Shane Hayes, that scored a victory over Bobby Marshall. Tell you what, if you weren't here, you missed a huge night. You don't want to miss Reawakening 6. It's coming soon. You can get your tickets from ticketmaster.com.au and you can get more details at epwperth.com. I hope to see you there. This is Lukey reporting for epwperth.com.